Hey, how's it going? Jason Parker here. So first off, this is a disclaimer. So all of my stories that I've been telling, these happened in the past. This is not happening right now. I'm not hitchhiking around the country now at 39. But 17 years ago when I was 22 years old, then that's when I hitchhiked around the country. And these are just stories about what happened to me on the road 17 years ago. I feel like I need to say that because I've had a lot of people wishing me good luck on my trip. And so, here we go. So, I got a couple days to catch up on. So, 24th of March, my last day in Waco, Texas, I went, and it looks like from my notes, I guess I got stoned and went and saw a classic movie, Super Troopers. Now, of course, Super Troopers, comedy classic, but this is right when it came out in the theaters, early 2002. It just went and came and went at the theaters, and it wasn't until that summer 2002 when it came out on a DVD and video that it became kind of a underground cult hit. But the funny thing is, a year before it was at the theaters, I saw it in a sneak preview and was blown away by how funny it was. Told all these people about it, and everybody just looked at me and said, "What's this movie? What are you talking about, Super Troopers? Where's it at? Why isn't it at the theaters yet?" No one believed me, but I was vindicated a year and a half later. So that was it. That was my last night in Waco. And Monday the 25th, the road trip began again. So I ended up leaving Waco. And it was funny, too, because I'd seen on a trailer during Super Trooper for Rules of Attraction, which would come out about 7-8 months later. And I remember telling Sean, I was like, it'd be great because the Rules of Attraction, they're just partying the whole movie. You could even tell from the trailer, they're just going hard. And I was like, I wonder if it'd be just like really fun to just be like a fall down drunk like all of the time, just being trashed all the time. And Sean just looked at me and said I was an idiot. But so I left Waco, and the first ride I got was from a guy named R.W. Sherrod. And actually, I've got a thing. He's out of Thornton, Texas. And I've got a thing here. It says Sherrod Services LLC. That was his business, I guess. But he was a cool guy. Gave me a ride. And he had a cool story about how, it wasn't a cool story. It didn't work out. But him and his buddies had this plan to, take a motorcycle trip around the country. And things fell through at the last moment. His mom wouldn't let him go or something. But it is what it is. Then from there, a guy named Reggie Jackson. He picked me up. A truck driver, really cool. And then another truck driver picked me up, Larry, who wasn't very cool. He was kind of a dick, and I just remember him being like, "You're lucky I stopped to pick you up. This is my job." And then it started to rain. And I'd already kind of mentioned these crazy thunder, lightning storms in Texas, but this was insanity. I'm on the side of the road. These big giant trucks are whooshing by me at 75 miles an hour. Lightning's going off. And it really sucked. It was really horrible. I remember I made it in, I think actually before it got dark, I made it to College Station, and that's when it really started to pour. And I remember someone in a yellow Bug stopped and they gave me an umbrella. Thank you very much. And I think written on the umbrella, I have the name Kultgen. It's either Kultgen or Kuttgen. So Kultgen. Thank you very much for the umbrella. Unfortunately, 5 minutes after I started using the umbrella, the wind came by and literally destroyed the umbrella because that's how crazy it was. But yeah, so this guy, Larry, picked me up. He was a dick. Then a guy named Joel. And eventually I remember walking on the sides of on these gas stations trying to find somewhere warm, and I finally found a Love's, which was the a truck stop, and I went to the phone area, and I think I made some phone calls to the payphone, and I started talking to the girl who was working there, and some guy came over and he was like, "You have to get out of here, you're scaring the girl who works here." And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not scaring her, she wasn't bothered by me. But I ended up having to leave the Love's, and fortunately by then the rain had stopped, and I pulled out my little sleeping bag, and it was cold too. It was a cold night, but sleeping bag kept me warm, and I woke up alive the next day. And tune in tomorrow for that story. Remember, this is going on in the past, not right now.